portion of Chukas begins with the procedure of the Para Aduma, the red cow. It's called a chayk, meaning a commandment we don't understand. When Adam ate from the fruit, he introduced death into the world. With the giving of the Torah, death was removed from the world, but was reintroduced again when the Jews sinned with the golden calf. There is a connection between the golden calf and the red cow. The red cow was an interesting procedure. The animal was slaughtered outside of Jerusalem. It was reduced to ashes and then mixed with water. This mixture was then sprinkled on the individual twice in a 7-day period. That person would then be allowed to enter the temple. It was the antidote to death. Indeed, these two forces of fire and water are opposition one to the other. Fire is a tremendous energy. Water is a tremendous cooling. Fire represents divine severity. Water represents divine kindness. It would make sense if that person who had come in contact with a dead body simply needed to just be sprinkled with water, as an expression of the Almighty's divine kindness. But no, divine kindness by itself doesn't work. It becomes too much. It has to be dampened. It has to be contained. When a parent punishes a child, that punishment is an expression of love for the child. The parent wants the child to grow up properly. Out of their love for the child, they take something away from the child. The child feels severity, but the parent is expressing love. It's the same thing also. Death is an unnatural circumstance. It wasn't supposed to be that way. The world was supposed to be created without death. And indeed, when Mashiach comes and we have the revival of the dead, and the spirit of impurity will be removed from the world, there will be no more death. But it's specifically through the fire and the reducing of the red cow. Red again is analogous to severity. Reducing it to ash, which is white. So we have here is the sweetening of the severities, as it's called in the Kaballa, and then a mixing with absolute kindness. This procedure took away the effects of death. Today, we don't have to worry about this, as there is no temple. What are we to learn from the lessons of the Para Aduma? There are times when we have to overcome obstacles, times when we have to use our deepest strengths. To do that may take some severity on our own. Severity is not necessarily a bad thing, but rather it's bringing about the strength and might which is deep within inside of us, that we see with the burning of the animal. The animal was reduced to its least common factor, to ash. It was what the animal was. We have to bring out what is deep within inside of us to overcome all obstacles. In doing so, we're making the world a better place for God, and hopefully we'll be that much closer to the revival of the dead, the removal of the spirit of impurity from the world, and the coming of Mashiach. For the YouParsha, I'm Herschel Finman.